Alright, welcome to video 3 for lesson 3-1. We're going to talk about mean. So the last measure of center that we'll discuss is the mean. You might have also heard it called the average. The biggest thing is that from here on out we like to call the mean, we like to call it x bar, and we'll label it like this, where you have an x with a bar on top of it. So anytime we're talking about the mean in statistics and in math courses, you'll see it written as x bar, like that. And again, to find the mean, you're just going to add all the numbers up and divide by the total of numbers that you have. Now, I am not going to do this one by hand. I'm going to teach you how to do this in the calculator, because in this course, we are really concerned about how you interpret statistics rather than actually how you're calculating the mean or the median and whatnot. So I'm going to teach you how to do this two different ways. The first way is by using this calculator. So the first way we need to do this, and one other thing I need to mention, if you look at page 202 in the back of your textbook, this will teach you this way that I'm showing you here and the way that I'm going to plug this into Desmos. So I'm going to clear this out first, and I'm going to click Data, and then I'm going to click Delete to clear out all the data values that are currently in my calculator. If you don't have any data values in there, that's fine. You can just start by plugging them in. So I'm going to type in 90, 94, 68. I'm just typing the data values in. 85, 76, 100, and 88. So we have a total of 7 data values, and now I'm going to click Second and then click Stat, or click Data again, which is Stat above it. So the green button here is going to correspond with these green buttons, or the green labels above it, so that's going to hit the second function of that button. And we want to use one variable stats here. So click 1-var stats, so hit enter. And we put our data in list 1. And we're never going to change this row right here underneath where it says frequency. So we're just going to hit the down arrow until we get to calculate and hit enter. And it's going to give me a bunch of summary statistics here. Okay. Now, I can drag this over here for y'all to see. Hold on, let me do this. But we have n equals 7. And that corresponds with the total number of data values we have. And we have x bar is equal to 85.857. Now, how did the calculator do that? It added all these numbers up and it divided by 7. So it's taking the total number of numbers that I have, or the total when I add all these up, and dividing it by the number of numbers that I have. Now, a couple of other statistics that it will give you, if you scroll down, you'll see that it will also give you the minimum. It'll give you Q1. It will give you the median, Q3, and the maximum. And that's called your 5-number summary. And these are going to be really useful later whenever we get into video 4. So for now, you can go ahead and write down that your x bar, or your mean, is 85.86. You can round to 2 decimal places here. But that's how you find the mean using the calculator. So one more way to find the mean is by opening up Desmos. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did find the mean using Desmos here. So the way that you do that is you click this plus button, and we're going to click to add a table. And then I'm just going to plug in my data values into this table that it gives me. So 90, 94, let's see, 68, 85, 76, 100, and then 88. Make sure I'm not missing one over here. Yeah, we're good. And once I do that, I can come down here. Let me put that right there. I can come down here and I can type in stats and then x1, and that's going to give me those summary statistics that I was able to get with the calculator. If I scroll down, you know, the median, Q3, the maximum, and all those. But you can also calculate the mean by typing in mean, parentheses, and then name the title of your column where you placed your data. If it was called X or Y1, then you would need to replace that with Y1. And that's a great way to be able to use Desmos to get it to calculate it for you as well. Okay, let's look at this example. So it says sometimes we may be given the mean and pieces of the data set are missing, okay, and we have to find the missing point. So in this example, it says that Cole made the following scores on his first 4 math tests. So we know that Cole made a score of a 78, an 85, an 87, and a 68. And it's asking us what would he need to make on his 5th math test to ensure that he finished the class with a B, at least an 80, okay? So we know that he's only taken 4 math classes, but we know that when all is said and done, he's only taken 4 math tests, but when all is said and done, he will have taken a total of 5. So I don't know what that last value is, so I'm going to call that value X. So I know that if I add up all these values, all of his test scores, plus some unknown value of X, and divide by 5, because there are a total of 5 X values, I need to set this equal to 80, because I know it needs to be at least an 80. And then we can let our calculator do some math for us. So we'll clear this out and we'll type in 78 plus 85 plus 87 plus 68. So that's 318. So 318 plus X over 5 is equal to 80. And then I know that I can multiply both sides by 5 to clear out, cancel out that 5 down there. So that'll be 318 plus X is equal to 80 times 5. We can plug that in our calculator. Hopefully you can do that in your head, but just in case, you're welcome to plug it in. Let's give us 400. And then you can subtract 318 from both sides. So if you do 400 minus that 318, that will give us a score of an 82, meaning that if he wants to have at least a B in the class, he needs to make at least an 82 on his next exam. Okay, you got a couple U tries that you can try, and other than that, I will see you in the next video.